Hello, everyone. Today we'll discuss about the introduction of international finance. So before we begin with anything, I would like to discuss in this video regarding the terminology, which is very much important that every international finance student should be aware of. That is a difference between a term we use as international, multinational, global, or transnational. So what exactly the difference between all the terms would lead to our thorough knowledge of international finance. So if you start with what is international finance, it's obviously the way we manage the financial operations of a firm or a multinational company. That is how we manage the different international activities of an organization. Every organization deals with the word finance, and when the sources of finance are not domestic but from some other boundaries, that is known as international finance, first of all. Since if I talk about international, the word majorly includes import and export of goods and services and certain collaborations outside the domestic boundary of a country. Now, the main topic, that is a difference between international, multinational, global, and transnational companies. A student of international finance should always be aware when to use which term appropriately. So if I start about the term international, it deals with import and exports that majorly have no investment outside of their home country. If I come to multinational, they have investment in other countries, but do not have coordinated offerings in each country, more focused on adapting their product and service to each individual local market. So multinational companies do have the investment in other countries. Since we know the for company which is outside my domestic country is known as multinational company. They do not have coordinated product offerings in each country. That is, they focus according to the nation they are delivering into. They are more focused on adapting the product to the type of the country they are into. So that is, they cater to the needs of the local domestic market. If I come to global companies, they have invested and are present in many countries. They market their products through the use of same coordinated image or brand in all markets. That is, they do not vary the product as per the market, and they make people adapt their product. So generally, one corporate office that is responsible for global strategy. The emphasis is majorly on the volume, cost management, efficiency, and the product never vary market to market. Whereby in MNC, the product do vary market to market. If I come to transnational, that's a blend of all of these. So obviously, it's more complex. They have investments like MNC and global, and they do have the centralized corporate facility. But the major point is they give decision making and R&D and marketing powers. So the main differences about decision making each firm can have. Here, decision making lies with the core firm. Here, decision making lies again with the corporate office, and R&D facility is provided to every economy they move into. Marketing powers to each and every economy they move into. So that is the big difference which makes a global, multinational, and transnational company. So if I talk about I'm dealing with the export and import, I'll be using the word international. If I say I'm doing investment in the other countries, fine, and adapting their economy, that's a multinational company. And if I say I am into some economy and making them use my product, that's a global company. And if I allow decision making in R&D and certain marketing parts to that particular firm, find that particular in that particular country, that type of firm is known as transnational companies. So, in a brief, I can say a multinational company operates in multiple countries. That's why it's multinational, but maintains a strong identity with its home country. They change as per the scenario of the economy they are moving into. While if I talk about global companies, they have unified entity across the world. For example, Mr. Muscle. Transnational companies operates across borders with the decentralized approach, adapting to the local markets and not strongly identifying with a single home country. Essentially, MNCs are localized in each market. Global companies are standardized worldwide, and transnational are highly integrated across borders and make them product adapt locally. Certain examples without which I think so the presentation won't be complete. First, if I talk about MNC, we have examples like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, and Samsung. These companies operate globally but maintain a strong brand identity associated with their home country. Flavors and taste are according to the type of economy they are dealing into. If I talk about global companies, Microsoft, Nike, and IBM, these companies strive for the consistent brand image. They never change themselves for the economy. They make the economy adapt themselves. Standardized operations they have across all markets with usually a single strategy to be followed. If I talk about TNC, we have example of Unilever, Shell, and Nestle. These companies have complex network of operations across multiple countries, and every firm, every organization in a particular economy do have the power to take decisions as per the scenario prevailing in that particular market. They usually adapt the products and services to make different markets. So I already explained that MNC is one that is have operating subsidiaries, branches, and affiliates local and foreign companies. TNCs are the firms whose ownership dispersed internationally. These are usually managed from the global perspective rather than from a global perspective of any single country. So major difference between domestic finance and international finance, if we talk about, first is environment. Environment in domestic country is known environment, and people know what exactly and what can happen if a certain action is being taken. Whereby in international finance, the environment of foreign country is not known, and it's usually unique environment and may not be possible to be understood by each MNC. Rules and regulations in a domestic country is very well aware, where well rules and regulations are not aware in the foreign countries. Recording of transaction is usually in domestic currency, and here transaction and translation exposure do occur. That is, we need to translate the transactions. Foreign exchange rates are not included here. Foreign exchange rates are included here. If I talk to transaction exposure, no transaction exposure is there. Whereby in international finance, I need to convert my transactions into the domestic country or convert whatever I'll be dealing in different countries, I'll need to convert the same. And since conversion will be there, so domestic transactions are obviously reported in markets. Political risk is usually negligible. High political risk is there due to local location of the subsidiaries and branches across the countries. Modification of theories is not there. People apply those same theories, whereas in international finance, theories need to be modified. Modification of instruments and use of them may or may not be there. Fine. And whereby, if I talk about international finance, all the financial instruments are usually new to the market, right? So with this, I have explained the basic structure, or before I start with the topic of international finance, what exactly the international finance is. So I would love to have the feedback, whether it is clear or not, or any queries. If you have, you may list it down. Thank you.